Good morning, students, and welcome to week 4 of class. So this week we'll be reading chapter 6 in our textbooks. All right, and it is about taking notes and being an engaged learner. Okay, so very important topic. And for our activity this week, we'll be focusing on note taking. So let's get to it. So let's go into week 4. And here's our agenda, and you'll notice here that we do start reading this week as well. We'll read the first 69 pages in The Last Enchantments, but I'll get to that in a minute. Here are some common questions and concerns from last week's chapter as a little follow-up. So review those, and then we've got a little bit, a new activity this week that you'll be doing fairly regularly from here on out. And that is I want you to take a little time in reflecting on what we did last week. So to facilitate that, I've got a discussion board right here called Reflect on Managing Your Time. And I would like you to follow the instructions there and get that in. Tonight would be great, tomorrow at the latest. So you'll reflect on last week's activities and topics before continuing on with this week's. Then by Wednesday, I'll ask you to complete the chapter quiz over chapter 6. And I think everybody is in the class that's gonna be, and so I think it's my expectation that we will stick to the due date this week on the chapter quiz. We've been flexible the last 2 weeks just because of latecomers to the class, and I want to help everybody get off on the good foot. Start off positively as much as I can. But I think we should all now be well in the class and maybe starting to get a handle on the cycle of the work in this class and things like that. So the quiz this week will be due Wednesday by midnight, so please get that completed by then. Now I've got a little folder here, and it's got a couple of TED videos in it that are real interesting about how the brain functions and learns and remembers. But I wanted to show you that you'll see I've clicked into this area here and there's no video here. And this is important to note for all of your online classes because you might run into this. Now the browser I'm using is Chrome, and you might be using Firefox or Internet Explorer, but what I want to show you is this little shield up here, okay? And in Chrome, this little shield pops up, and I'm going to move my picture here so you can see the little notice there. This little shield pops up when something outside of Blackboard is trying to play within Blackboard. And so what I've got here are I've got embedded videos from TED.com. And Blackboard and my browser are saying this may not be safe content, so do you want to allow it? And in Chrome, the little shield is over on the right-hand side, but in other browsers, you might see it somewhere else. I know in Firefox, you'll see a little, I think that on Firefox, I think there's a little lockbox or padlock right there, and it shows like open, and it's a different color, and if you hover over it, it gives you a message. So what you need to do is tell your browser and tell Blackboard, hey, it's okay to watch these videos. So to do that, you'll click on the notification wherever it is. So I'm just going to click on that, and you'll see here it says this page is trying to load scripts from an unauthenticated source. And I'm going to tell it it's okay. Go ahead and load those scripts. And on Firefox or a different browser, the message may be a little bit different, and it might say, allow this one time, or hey, do you want us to remember this configuration and allow them automatically from here on out? And that's up to you. But so for now, I'm just going to say load unsafe scripts. So I click that, the page reloads, and I should see my videos in here now. All right. So you might run into this in different online classes, and you'll see what happened up here now. So now it says not secure, not secure. Okay, well, it's all right. We're just watching videos in this case. So in other classes, your instructors might use different ways to bring your content to you, and a lot of times you've got to get your browser and Blackboard. You've got to tell them, go ahead and open the gates because it's okay to let this stuff in. So just be on the lookout whenever you feel a page doesn't look like it should, because sometimes there might be a blank space there, or sometimes there might be, you know, no blank space there at all. It just might, you might not even know something's missing. So just make it kind of a habit to keep an eye up in your, this is called the address bar of your browser, and keep an eye on this and look for little notifications either on the left hand side or the right hand side, and a lot of times you'll find that to be the case. So anyways, here's a couple videos just for you to enjoy. They're very interesting. And if you aren't familiar with TED.com, it's a great resource for thought-provoking stuff. And we'll view several TED videos throughout the course of this class. So there's those. And then I've got some note-taking, some Cornell method templates for you to use. I think a lot of students do appreciate the Cornell method of note-taking. And you may take online classes or on-ground classes, and it really doesn't matter if you've got to take notes. The Cornell is an excellent method, one of the most popular. So I've given you a couple of templates there that facilitate the Cornell method. And then your activity for this week, which will be due Sunday, and I'd like you to outline a section of this textbook in Chapter 6, or even better, choose a section from another textbook, okay? But you're going to outline it. And there's tips on outlining in the textbook, all right? And I've got some helpful resources here, but really probably just Google, you know, how do I outline, or, you know, just do a Google search and you'll probably get stuff that's more up to date than this. But regardless, I want to kind of walk you through outlining in Word in case you've never done it. So I've brought up a blank Word document here, and I just want to show you how to use the tools in Word to make outlining really simple. So first off, I'm going to give my outline a title. All right, and then I'll hit return. And now I'm ready to start my outline. And so what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this numbered list button up here in the toolbar, and I'm just going to click on it, and it's going to start my outline for me, right? So now I've got my main topic here, and I hit return, and I can type my second main topic. Oh. I can hit return, and I can so on like that. I put in my main topics. Now what's neat about this numbered list thing, if you've never used it, is now I've got to add my subtopics or details, right? So I'm going to hit return, and I don't want a number 2 here. I want a subtopic, so it needs to be indented and it needs to be numbered differently. That's how outlines work. So I can either click my tab key, or I can use this little button up here that says increase indent. So I'll use that so you can see what I'm doing, and you'll see now my line's ready to go here. So now I'll put subtopic 1, and I'll hit return, and now I'm going to hit this indent button again, and now detail 1, hit return, detail 2, detail 3, so on and so forth. And now I'll use my cursor and use my mouse and drop my cursor down to main topic 2, hit return, either use my tab key or this indent up here. So I'm going to click increase indent there, and now we've got subtopic 1, subtopic 2, maybe subtopic 3, and I can use my mouse and my cursor to put in my details. I hit return to add a new line. This time I'm going to use my tab key, tab that one over there, and I've got detail 1, return, detail 2, return, detail 3. Oh, see, now I've dropped a line in that I didn't mean to do, so I'm going to delete that by using my backspace. And you'll see what happens here. You've got to click it a few times. 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, 4 clicks. Now I'm back to where I was. I'm sorry. It's Monday and Super Bowl was last night. I'm still waking up, I think. Detail 3, etc., etc. Now what's also neat about this is I can click on any topic line, and I can use these indent, increase or decrease indent lines to change its hierarchy in the outline. So look here, I'll decrease this indent on subtopic 2, and look, it bounces out. Now I've got a main topic 3 there. Or Alternatively, I can increase the indent, and I can move it in like that. So you've got great control using the numbered list, and it's a really handy tool in case you've never seen it before, but you can set up a really nice outline like that using the numbered list in Word. And now, of course, when I'm finished, I just save my document and then upload it into Blackboard. One more thing before I wrap up here is that when you're outlining something, you don't want to, retype everything that's in the text. That defeats the purpose. You want to be brief, you want to paraphrase, you want to use single words like keywords or key phrases that when you're reviewing a outline, the words that you put on the outline spark your memory. And that's, so again, those videos I put in TED, they talk about how the brain works. But an outline, you're not, the only audience for this outline is you. This is a note-taking technique, and this is for you to review. So you want to put things, you want it to be as efficient as possible, and you want it to spark your memory. You don't want to retype the whole text. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you send in your outlines. And finally this week we've got a Title IX sexual misconduct prevention video that if you'll click this link, watch the video in its entirety, and then mark reviewed, I will provide some points, probably 10 or 15. So that is it. I've gone a little bit over time. Thank you for watching. I'll speak to you via email, most likely. I'm still not sure if the Ask Your Instructor board is working, but regardless, have a great week, and I'm here if you need me. Thanks for watching.